1.4, day 3, we're solving systems in 3 variables. So a linear equation in 3 variables is an equation of the form ax plus by plus cz equals d. And that's where a, b, and c are not all 0. So below are examples of systems of 3 linear equations of 3 variables. So we notice there's 3 variables here. A solution of a system of 3 linear equations is an ordered triplet. So that's x, y, and z must be in the correct order. And those coordinates make each equation true. The graph of a linear equation in 3 variables is a plane in 3-dimensional space. The graphs of 3 such equations that form a system are 3 planes whose intersection determines the number of solutions. So in this case, there are exactly 1 solution. Notice they intersect at exactly this point. And so you would get something like 3, -2, and 8. The second one, notice they intersect in a line. So it reminds us of infinite solutions or infinitely many solutions. So they intersect in a line. So you get something, when you solve for this, you would get something like 4 equals 4. That's called an identity. You get something that's true. For the last one, this is no solutions. There's no points in common with all 3 planes. So notice here, they intersect but not all together, and this is all parallel, and they'll never intersect. If we try to solve for it, we would get something like 3 equals -3, right? That's not true. So let's talk about how to solve a 3-variable system. So step 1, you're going to use substitution or elimination to write the linear system of 3 variables as a linear system in 2 variables. So that's what we practiced last week, solving systems of 2 variables. Then after you do that, you're going to solve the new linear system for both of its variables. So last week when we did systems of 2 variables, x, y equals a number, then this part is the familiar part, right? Solving systems in 2 variables. The last thing to do is once you find those 2 variables, then you substitute the values found in step 2 into one of the original equations at the top. Okay, and then you solve for the remaining 3rd variable. Okay, so you plug it into the original once you found 2 variables, and so then we plug it into, I'm just going to say system of 3, just to remind you, go back to the original equation with 3 variables. Now for the special case, when you obtain a false equation such as 0 equals 1 in any of the steps, the system has no solutions. When you obtain, for example, an identity, a true statement, such as 0 equals 0, then that's when you have infinitely many solutions. Okay, so that's the introduction to it. In the next video, I'll go ahead and solve for an example. Thanks for watching.